Boom.
Very much.
So we're
there.
here.
Out here.
We're live.
Live.
The people will now hear us. See, you
Yay.
heard that noise? That means we're
That's
live.
the notification.
So
Okay.
we're not going to do any music today just because we have a lovely guest, Mr. Knox, here.
Let's just talk about it right now. There's a child in the
Okay.
room.
There's a child.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm
is Darren allowed to do a podcast with a child?
There's no law against
Yes.
I would say certainly. And I'd like to point out that Knox, you're like a podcast historian.
Yes.
Like-
I've watched a lot of them.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of our podcast.
Yeah.
More than I might be entirely comfortable with, which is kind of awesome. And your dad's here, and you guys know that I'm moving to Vegas,
Yep.
and you want to keep that mic in front of your face.
Yeah. Okay.
And you wanted to come and visit before I take off and,
Leave.
ditch all you guys forever. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. No.
Yeah. You're gonna leave for a long time though, and
Yes. But I'm not ditching you. I'm just moving away. Ditching sounds like really dark and like mean.
yeah, that's. If you said that, then that just changes your personality.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. So let's the audience, let's everybody
Yep.
get to know you a little bit better. So Knox, how old are you?
11.
11 years old, and you train jiu-jitsu,
Yep.
and you're a yellow belt now,
Yeah.
which is sick. So sick. And you also wrestle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you play any other sports? Is there any other?
I used to do karate,
Oh yeah?
and karate and jiu-jitsu were like, I did them at the same time until like, I do karate and jiu-jitsu at the same time, and then wrestling is like another thing that we'll do.
For sure.
So it's wrestling, wrestling it's by itself. Jiu-jitsu and karate go together in the same class.
I get you. So how did you start listening to this podcast? Tell me why, Knox.
I started watching them just because you're my favorite teacher.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah, and and my dad and I we started watching them like a while back, and I like them, so I started watching them. Only I haven't finished. I still have to watch the one that the last one that you guys did. I ain't done with that one, but still
So you're not
Right.
quite up to date.
I am one behind.
That's okay. Like,
But I also don't watch I also, when I'm not watching the podcast, I also watch the other weird ones.
like what? What are the weird ones?
Do you need to ask yourself that?
Yeah.
You need to ask yourself that.
What weird ones?
Oh, no.
Like the instructional videos?
No, the instructional videos are fine, but they're fine. They're okay.
Okay, they're all right.
But the weird ones, like how you're getting Anthony to go in a really, really cold tub, and then you're scared
right.
with yourself.
Yeah.
Like those weird ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're trying to get other people to go in a tub, and you won't even go in it yourself.
Yeah. Well, I got in the tub, Knox. I
You
just
did.
didn't go all the way in
Yes.
the tub. And I was honest, Knox. I said the truth. I was gonna try, and then I got scared, and then I didn't do it. It was like as soon as it got above my waist, like my legs just froze, bro. They just froze. And like I tried. So like I couldn't bend my knees anymore, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't bend my knees, and so I was like, I'll just kick my legs out so that I drop, right? That was my strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
That didn't work.
Okay.
It didn't work. And then Anthony did better than me, and I cried.
Well, not by choice I did better than you. It's because I just had a different idea. It said it was like my legs got locked too, so I didn't have the wherewithal to like go up, so I just went forward.
Oh, forward.
Yeah, I just went forward. Like I just went like you get like you about to stab yourself. I was like, I just went forward.
Oh, like you just did the
Yeah, it was like,
Japanese suicide.
So that's how it worked for me.
Oh, man.
It wasn't by choice.
Okay, so yeah, there are weird videos
Yes.
where I attempt to do things.
And there's also weird videos where you talk about weird things.
Like what?
Once again, you have to ask yourself.
I do.
The podcast, you know.
Oh, on the podcast, yeah.
You know on the podcast.
I do say weird things.
Yes, there are some really, really weird, like, topics.
Now,
Should I mention some?
if you wish,
Don't get yourself in trouble, buddy.
you don't have to mention anything.
No.
But yeah,
Mhm.
there are some weird topics. And that's why I'm like, oh man, Knox is listening. Because I've been aware that you're listening for a little while now.
Yeah.
And-
Especially when I like come out and prove it to you, but I come out and say something about it, and then you go
Yeah,
ahead and do
like-
that.
Today,
Yeah.
I said something, and Knox was like, oh yeah, I know about that because of the podcast. And I was like, he's not just like in the room when the podcast is happening. He's listening.
Yeah.
Like he knows stuff about me,
He's very aware.
which is neat. I think that's neat. And I was trying not to like, I was trying not to change the way that I spoke once I knew that you were listening. I was trying really hard because I didn't want to become any less genuine.
Yeah, any less not like you.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, Knox is listening. I don't want to say the most awful thing in my mind, but it's in my mind, so I should say it.
One, don't pick the weird topics.
I have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how you get all your views.
Is it?
I don't think so. I don't think that's. I
No.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know why we get views.
I don't know neither.
I don't know. I don't know why they're listening. I'm just glad they do. This is mostly like created as an outlet to make sure I didn't go crazy at one point.
What?
I was worried that I was gonna go crazy, Knox.
Why?
And because there were a lot of people telling me not to be myself. And so I was trying not to be myself for money for a long time. And I was like, I have to at least have one space where I can just say whatever I want.
I know it's here.
And so that was this, right? And I'm glad that I had this little space to say whatever I want. And I'm glad that you get to mock me. And and I'm gonna keep with the weird topics.
Yeah.
But then you told me something today.
What?
You told me that when I swear and your brother hears it, he hits you.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I was like, oh man, I don't want Knox taking shots. And then I was thinking, man, swearing is really, it's fun, right? I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I
it
enjoy doing it, but it's also kind of lazy most of the time. Like
I would
most of
get
the
that.
time you could find better ways of expressing yourself. You could say something
Yeah.
that meant more, right? And a lot of like the people I look up to, they don't swear. Like Henry Rollins doesn't swear.
I
And
think
he's
it's
like the
that
coolest. Like the coolest. He doesn't swear.
I think that actually it's pretty funny because my brother will go like, and then look at me with that weird face and punch me, and it's really weird, and I feel like it's funny when he does it because like the way that he interprets it, like the way how he does it, just is really funny.
He's like, I can't believe he said that. You're in trouble.
The way that he does it is funny, and that's the only reason why I haven't got really mad at him yet.
Well, it's making me
In the
consider
back.
not swearing. Just being more careful with my language, but not so I don't say naughty things. Just because swearing's kind of lazy. And I think the image of you getting punched is a fun image for me to think about. Because I don't really care about many things, Knox, but I care about you. And I don't want anyone punching you, even if it's kind of funny. So, I will do my best not to swear.
So that's why we're gonna talk. Well, that's why me and you were talking about. Let's see how long you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
see.
gonna.
Did you know that he was supposed to do like a thing in January? He never did it.
Well,
What?
that's not entirely true. I was matching somebody else.
Oh.
So my godbrother was like, I'm going to try not to swear. And I was like, okay. But he says a lot of weird stuff. He says swear words that don't even sound like swear words.
What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean it.
Oh, so,
He's a black dude from Florida with gold teeth. They say weird stuff. They say weird stuff. I'm serious.
are you saying that people with gold?
For
teeth-
example, there's a term referring to female dogs,
Oh, okay.
right? Now, that term,
It was not supposed to be like that.
but that term gets used as all kinds of stuff, right? In Florida, some dudes, instead of saying that word, say a word that's shorter and doesn't even sound like anything. I'll tell you this word now, just so we have the example. This doesn't count as swearing. Plus, it's not even a real word.
Okay.
Instead of the female dog thing, they say "bih." Sup, bih? Because for some reason, a T and a C would equal a form of disrespect. But you can call your friend bih.
Well, then that doesn't count because you didn't say the full word.
But I will not exploit these loopholes. I was just pointing something out.
Yes.
So that dude who says "bih"
Yeah.
was like, "I'm not gonna swear no more, cuz." And I was like, "What?"
That ain't swearing.
Well, there's other stuff he says.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, how is that even possible? Like, I can't even picture it. And so he didn't do it.
Why would
So
you?
I didn't have to match.
Gotcha.
I didn't have to match. I have to do it now.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm quitting all kinds of stuff.
All right, man.
Let's go hard with the quitting.
Don't lose your voice.
All right, let's go hard with the quitting.
What? Wait.
What
Wait.
else am I quitting?
No.
He's like, I don't care about that. What's up?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
That happens to me all the time.
Okay.
It's no big deal. Did you have fun training today?
Yes.
Yeah?
I did.
He hit that
I
switch off. So sick. So clean. Like, way better than you guys, for real.
Of course. He's a child. Children are supposed to do that. It's just expected of them.
It's like picking up a language.
Yeah. Like,
Plus, he had the teacher to drill with.
see?
So he's going to look good, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to look good.
also
I'm
that you
good at making people look good.
you yelled like yes every single time I did it.
It's like, yes.
I get
Yes.
excited, dude. When you do something dope, I get excited. Is that allowed? Am I allowed to yes?
Yes, but if you would have count all the times you'd ever say that, I bet it would be way over the count, and I bet also that if every single time a person did something right, people would start to think that there's something wrong with you.
Well, I get excited over drilling. So like when I watch athletes practicing the move, when they do it exactly as I ask, I'm amazed. And I get into like a state of bliss that I mark out and I just go, yes, like that's exactly it. Beautiful. Like I get excited.
They actually listen to you.
Because no one does. No one listens to their coaches. They hear their coaches and they select what they feel like doing. So like if I give an athlete a laundry list, right, or a grocery list,
They ain't gonna get it all.
it's
They're
got
gonna get
10
something
items
else.
on it. And I'm like, these 10 items are what we need from the store. Go forth and gather these 10 items. And if you do, everything you've ever wanted will come true for you.
And they're gonna get something else.
They're going to go there. They're going to look at that list and they're going to be like, I don't really like almonds. So they're not going to get the almonds because, like, forget those. See what I did there?
Yes.
And they're like, da 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 da. Okay, I get all this. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to get the bleach. I always forget to get the bleach. And they get in the line, and now they've got 8 items instead of 10.
They might get
They
more.
might even have 11 items instead of 10. But you know what they don't have? They don't have almonds and they don't have bleach.
Or they might have, or they might have replaced those with something that they want.
So now they have peanuts,
And,
and maybe I'm allergic to peanuts. And now you come home with these peanuts and you kill me. You kill your coach because you didn't get the almonds.
and now you don't get what you want.
And you don't deserve it. But if you get the almonds and the bleach, sometimes you still don't get what you want, which is really screwed up. But
Yeah.
at least you did everything right. So I love it when athletes do everything right. It makes me super, super happy. And you're doing a super good job. And that made me happy. So it's going to lead to me screaming and, saying yes a lot. That's what I do. All right, so this is Combat Jiu-Jitsu?
I believe so. Click
I didn't get to watch it yesterday. Did you watch this, Knox?
No.
So you don't know what happened?
No. Wait. I don't think me and my dad ever watched it.
They don't really talk.
All right, so it's Yuri versus some dude from 10th Planet. See, it's hard for me to watch big guys
Yeah, Steven Martinez.
when it's just jiu-jitsu because I have a mental block.
Why?
Bellies. Bellies give me a mental block. It's hard for me to see a belly and take the athlete seriously.
Yeah.
Even though I know that dudes are built how that, like, a big dude with a belly can be very, very skilled and very fast and very strong and entirely in shape.
Yeah.
But when I see it, I'm like, how is that possible? We sucked our teeth at the same time for different reasons.
Yeah.
It's like, this is cool. We'll watch this.
What? Okay.
It's like, see, here's a good example. Like, these guys are what, lightweight or 45, right? I think everybody should look like that. Like,
Are you like that?
I just think, how dare you? I just think, don't you work out? Like, don't you work out? Like, I didn't used to work out.
Yeah.
And I still had a six pack.
If they work
So it's
out,
weird to me when I see like a dude with a belly who can do stuff. I'm like, how is that possible?
They can move.
It's magic.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just because their body doesn't, that they want to hang on to it. They just don't want to lose
Maybe.
their body fat.
Maybe. And good for them. Good for them. If they're confident enough to have a belly.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of confidence,
that's
Knox.
weird because you have people that never would work a day in their life. They'd never work, and somehow they have a six pack. And then you have people that work every day, and somehow they're still fat.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough out there. But maybe it doesn't matter what you look like so much. Like,
Yeah.
as long as you have like the body that does what you want it to do.
Yeah, like you could still be strong and be fat at the same time.
Do you do exercising and stuff?
Yeah.
Besides like just sports?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, me and my dad used to go out and train like a kind of like extra classes we do, but no one's there, and we would do our exercises, and then we go and
What exercises do you like?
I really like more like stretching. I don't really like do like warming up to warm up your muscles. I feel like stretching is gonna help you more or whatever because I just feel like it's better for me.
Yeah. You like to stretch?
Because even when I'm warmed up and everything, I still have to stretch. Yeah, and you kind of warm up by yourself, I think, when you are stretching.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not good at stretching. Like, I just got the ability to touch my toes this year. I swear. I couldn't touch my toes until I had been lifting weights for like 3 months. Then I could touch my toes. It's sad, right? Just not flexible. But it's getting better. It's getting better. Strangely, the more I lift weights, the more flexible I'm getting. It's weird.
I don't think that's normal.
It's weird. I think part of it is because I'm not just lifting weights. I'm doing like gymnastics type stuff. And that stuff's making me really strong and like more flexible. You ever tried gymnastics?
Like, actually done a class. Are you saying that?
Yeah, we'll start there.
I've never done a class in gymnastics, but I have done things that they do. So I'll like, in wrestling and stuff, we'll do front handsprings and cartwheels.
Yeah,
and
dude.
we'll do that, but I've never done a class.
Okay. Have you ever tried to do handstands?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I've been working on a lot. Handstands and stuff on the rings.
Have you tried, like, if you put yourself up against a wall and hold yourself up with just your hands like that?
Yeah. Yeah. With my belly going towards the wall. That's what I
Yeah.
do. So I'll get like basically straight up now. Right? I'm still like, my toes are still against the wall though. And
Yeah.
every time I let them float, I fall over. It sucks.
But you can hold yourself up
For a while.
for a long time.
I wouldn't say a long time, but a while. Like a while. I've been practicing a lot. Like when we first started doing it, I could barely do it, and I had to be way far away from the wall. It looked like a V, or like, you know what I mean? It was like this.
Yeah,
And then slowly I was walking towards it. Like, where are you at now?
I don't know. I don't do them enough to. I don't do handstand enough to like have to.
It sucks because I can't lock my arms all the way out.
Yeah.
So like it's like that's as straight as my arms can go. So I never get the benefit of being locked out. Like lock your arm out, bro. See how strong you are there?
Yeah.
When you bend your arm, I can start to collapse it a bit, right? So
Your arm can't go all the way out.
exactly, no. Neither one of them.
So you're
There's a
saying
tightness in here.
Undouble jointed.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite of double jointed. I'm not even single jointed.
I mean, I'm double jointed in a lot of places. I can do that.
What?
Yes.
That's like cheating, dude.
Yes.
You're a cheater face.
You
Ew.
can learn how to play-
Ew.
you can
And there's
do
like
that,
extra
like
wiggles.
that.
What?
You can do that.
Oh, you guys are gross. I can't do any of that.
I can
That's
do that.
this is
with
what my thumb
finger.
does. Like what it's
I
supposed to
can
do.
mess up my finger
Yeah,
like
I that
this.
too. Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are like twins. Ew. I hate you both.
Some people think it's weird to go like this. I don't get it. You can put your whole thumb on like on the thing like that. People say that's weird.
It looks a little more flexible when you do
Yeah,
it.
it does.
Yours looks weirder than mine.
Yeah, yours looks like.
This is the best podcast ever.
People say
This
that-
just became the best podcast
yeah,
right
this
now.
is just- We're seeing
It's
how
like
flexible.
it's like all right, let's look at our thumbs. What's your thumb doing? That's weird. It's literally that's my favorite moment in the history of this podcast.
We're talking about thumbs.
Yes.
I'm not that flexible. I can't go that way.
You can't.
No, I can't.
You can't go.
No,
all the way
I can't
down.
do that. Look
You
at this.
can't- You can't go. all
Not
the way
even
down.
close.
No, yeah.
Like wait, do that again.
Wait, do this.
Ayo. I can't do that. No, your hand's not supposed to do that, young man. That's not okay. Ew.
Oh, you just popped it.
All of them. I have to do that all the time. They
You
just get
go
really
like this.
yeah. They get really tight.
Mm.
And so now it won't do it for a while. Wait. Now it won't do it for wait.
As soon as
Well,
you
not
say
as
that.
not as many times. See, but if you give it like 5 minutes, it just happened again. They all have to be cracked again. Cause I'm old, bro. I'm old, and they
Did
look
you
like
pop your fingers when you were
never,
young?
never.
Well, then how?
I was afraid to do that. I think
Did it hurt?
maybe.
Because like a lot of people say it hurts when they crack their fingers, but after a while it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. My brother says it doesn't hurt no more. He used to go like ow every single time. Like dad would do that, or me would go like that and like yank his finger like that.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't. So
Now
it doesn't
no,
hurt
it doesn't
after
hurt.
a while.
It's like after I broke his finger 5 times, now he's good.
And that's what I told him. And now, like, I told him, like, after a while of you doing that, of Dad doing that, it ain't gonna hurt no more. So Dad will stop doing it to you.
That's so funny.
It won't work. Like,
That will
I-
find other things to do.
Yeah,
To torture you.
you can always find something. But like, yeah, I didn't crack my knuckles when I was a kid. I have to think it was jujitsu. But like, for a jujitsu guy, my hands aren't even that ugly, and they're kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
that's gnarly me.
Like
Just rough look.
like rough looking or mangled. Like, you see how like these knuckles are all fat,
Yeah.
and this one, you see how they're not the right shapes,
Yeah, that's.
and then
Looks like you're,
the tops here are extra rough.
yeah.
This is all from
Like
the
callus.
yeah, that's all from the gi. Like grabbing stuff and holding on to stuff. And I'm not even really a jacket dependent player. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like I don't use a lot of grips, but I've just been doing jujitsu long enough that it just starts to wear on you. But
Well, like, have you ever had, like, you're in a match and you grab someone and it pops and they ask you if you're okay? And
Yeah.
It's like, because it pops every single time?
hmm whenever I do a squat, people think I'm like broken.
Yeah, that's what I told you in class. In class, you did that and then your knees popped.
Yeah, they make a little click. See,
Me-
I like to say click because when people think of popping, they picture ligaments popping. So my ligaments do not pop every time I squat.
Mine's.
But there's some
mine
click.
popped too. Mine
Loud
clicked.
clicking.
Mine makes a boom. Like,
What?
Remember you've heard mine, like there's bass in my knee moving.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Mine is actually. It does that kind of like clicking too. It's weird.
Really?
Yes. Yes. They do.
He's like, yes, bro. He's like, yes.
He's like, I'm old too.
That was the best.
I'm old. I'm not that
You're 11 years old.
old. Every second. you get
And I am 37 years young.
old.
And you're 11 years old.
That's what old people say.
That's what you should say. Like, to make yourself sound younger, it just makes you sound say younger when you're like, I'm 37 years young.
And Knox is 11 years old.
When you say old, it just makes you sound old.
It's the tone. It's like
old.
see, like English isn't a tonal language, but you can make it feel like one.
Yeah.
You know?
English is weird because you can say the exact same sentence in any way you want and it will have a different meaning.
Like what?
Like, you can say, you don't like this in like that kind of voice, saying that's a question, and like then you say it in a mean voice, and then that's saying that you don't like this. I think you don't like this. See,
But you said the same words.
yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's like saying one word and it can mean so many other different things.
Yeah. So the difference between the inflection of you don't like this or you don't like this. It's like
It's
that's you didn't say the same thing. We just said the same thing.
yeah, you said the same thing. It's just in a different tone.
There you go.
If you do a different tone, or you can say abbreviation, like not abbreviation, but you can say something that means something in English, but then you say it to another person in another language, and they literally do it. Like it's kind of like that one thing, like the one British saying shake a leg, that means something in English, like you can actually know what it means. But in like if you said that to a French person, they're actually gonna do that.
Shake their leg. Yeah, idioms don't cross over a
Idioms,
culture.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like it's raining cats and dogs. It ain't literally, but you're taking it. But they're gonna take it seriously. In another.
Yeah, it sounds weird to people. Like, but like, are you aware of the idea of like some languages being strongly tonal, like
Yeah.
Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese. I remember that. So there's like if you say Mao in Mao or something like that, it can mean 4 different things. It can mean.
Too sweet to be honest right now.
What,
You know everything.
What's it?
That's it.
It
It's like, all right.
can mean.
That was like that's like what it's like a stereotype of like a cool black guy trying to shake hands with a white guy. It's like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, good to see you.
It's like back to my life.
I was wondering what does this mean? Me and my
Alright.
dad have been wondering what this means, and it was in one of our. You did this in one of your pictures with me.
I've done this many times.
My mom said my mom said the only way that she like in sign language for a lot of people in Texas, it means bullhorns or something like that.
Well, this is more of like the bullhorns. So this is like the Texas Longhorns.
Yes.
I'll be like, hook 'em.
Ugh.
But I did live in Austin for a little while.
And this
But
means
that's
I love
not
you.
it so much. This is I love you.
This is I love you. It's something like this.
And so this guy.
Wait, you just started doing this and it has
This,
no meaning?
no. This is taken from pro wrestling culture. And there was a clique of guys that came together, and their clique would throw this up and then touch it together as like their little thing, and they would call it the too sweet. And so I do this, and then I'll too sweet people when they do something awesome. So yeah, that's the nature of that for me. And then yeah, I wish I knew more sign language. I learned how to say the airport code for Las Vegas. Do you know the airport code for Las Vegas?
I know, because I'm not moving there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I know the airport code for places I do not live or plan to move, by the way. Just saying.
Just in case.
Like LaGuardia, which is a weird one. It's like
Is that a city or where is that?
LaGuardia is the airport in New York, but there are 2 airports in New York. And so if you go to the airport in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
If you go to Cleveland Hopkins, the airport code on all of your stuff is going to say CLE, right?
Cleveland something. It's not that spells for Cleveland.
It stands for Cleveland, right? And that's what I started using CLE for.
Oh wait, is it VAS?
Is it what?
VAS.
It's not. It's LAS.
LAS. Ah.
Last.
It's LAS.
Last.
So it's LAS.
Wait, what?
It's L,
No.
and then A,
Hey.
and then S.
Whoa.
Subtlety.
I don't know why you can use your hands to say sign language when literally you can just say the word in one motion instead of spelling out
Instead
a
of
whole
spelling?
entire word.
Well, I think sometimes it's like there aren't words for absolutely everything, and like names and like proper names and stuff like that,
You have to say them out because they're
right? And then you can shorthand it later in the conversation, like say like they were like saying my name. After a while, they wouldn't just spell it out. They would just use a D and they would place it somewhere on their body so that you knew they were talking about me.
not. It's the D.
You know? But yeah, I think I'm gonna have so much more time on my hands. And I need to fill that time up with stuff that's not like bad stuff, Knox.
Okay.
So I think maybe one of the things I'll do is learn sign language a little better. Learn some more sign language.
What are you
Maybe
gonna
find
use?
myself a real cute deaf girl. Marry her.
I just keep on saying this to every single time I look at you. It's weird because like I keep on seeing the flag in the background.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's a beautiful flag.
Yes.
It's a beautiful flag.
You probably just ordered it off eBay or something.
No, I went, there's a flag shop in downtown Cleveland.
Oh.
And I went in there. I demanded my flag. I demanded it.
I demand the flag of Cleveland.
Boxes and boxes to find the flag of Cleveland. They said, "Is this what it is?"
It took a few minutes. Let's not
Yeah.
lie.
Wait, they didn't even
Because
know.
nobody knows what it is.
No one knows the flag
Cops
of
know it because they wear it every day.
Oh well. Perfect.
And I know it.
Yeah. Because
So when people see my profile picture, they think it's like a French flag or something.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I asked you this one day. Why is your flag copying the French copyright?
Yes.
Copy strike here.
But
We figured that
that's
out.
why I didn't put any of the color in the tap. Besides the fact that I'm not a big fan of color, right? I didn't put any color in the tap because it would confuse the meaning. It's already confusing enough for people to see a black guy with 1796 tattooed on his body, since black people were not free then. In America, at least.
Yes.
They're gonna
Wait.
be like, "Hey, is that okay? Is that a slavery tattoo?
Actually, some.
Did I make a
some-
slavery joke
You could have.
in front of a child?
That's okay.
And I'll
No.
do it again.
It's
And I'll
education.
do it again.
It's education.
Do something. Stop me. I dare you.
Education.
I think the voicing's blowing up over
Oh
here.
no, I noticed that.
I can be subversive without being vulgar. And that makes me so much more dangerous than most people out there. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Also,
Think about every subliminal message in every instructional video. Keep that in mind. What if I made a YouTube kids channel and like all it was just like
They'd kick you off so quick.
no.
I can't wait until my brother
You do subliminal messaging for the good. For the good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like I don't sneak like pervy stuff. I wouldn't do that for kids. That's gross. But like I would sneak like really empowering stuff from dark sources or like stuff like that to little kids. Like I think that would be the bomb. What's wrong? You made a face.
Well, besides Matt's comments on the YouTube, which is
It said something about me.
he said Knox's shoulders will be very sore tomorrow. So apparently, I guess you're working out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. That's what he said.
His shoulder's gonna be sore
I guess so. I don't know.
from carrying this podcast.
Who is that?
This
It's my weightlifting
That was the
coach.
guy with the black shoes that was
Oh
walking.
yeah, the one that's always trying to be cool around.
What?
Yeah.
Knox has opinions. Knox is letting it out. It's all right. He told me about myself
He
too.
literally came up and went like this.
He crossed his arms a certain way.
Yes, he did. And
You found this offensive? You just broke Anthony. Wait, tell me more about this. Let's bury Matt.
he goes off and stands by the mat and
He
does
didn't even
this.
hesitate.
And does this right in front of us, and then like he's like, "Hey, come show me this move," and because I don't really get this, and then he goes back to going like this again.
What's
And
wrong
he
with
just
this?
He pretends like he's some expert on the thing. It looks like he's some expert
How
on
dare
the
you.
thing.
Knox going hard.
I can't wait until he says something about this in the he's probably watching
Knox,
this right now.
Knox does not care. Knox like gloves off, mouthpiece in though. Mouthpiece in though. Let's go. Wow,
He said
I think he's off.
that's a hot take.
It's okay. He'll see it later.
he will. He will.
That's a hot take.
I'm happy I got all that on mic. I'm so happy. All that. So happy.
That was a hot take. Spicy. Knox
Okay.
coming in hot.
I'm done with that. What else do we have? Oh, there. Also, 1 second.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Okay.
This is what my little sister got me.
Yes. Wait. Did she do this?
I didn't. She did not make it. She said she found it.
Oh, okay. Well, this is awesome.
I
Then,
agree.
Look at this. So people would think this is the French flag, but
Yeah.
then
It clearly says Cleveland in the middle.
it clearly says Cleveland. And a lot of people think that flags with letters on them are dumb, really, really dumb. And they said that they're the stupidest flags ever. But I think that in Cleveland's place, it isn't, because it like when you think the design is cool, and it just says their motto down there, and it says Cleveland up here. It doesn't say anything like in a lot of flags. It says like what like it will say their name, then it will show like the founder of the thing, the founder of the founder of the state, and then it'll have another thing, and then it'll have their like motto, and then it'll have another thing
too
stating about
cluttered.
it. It's too cluttered and it looks dumb. And
Oh, Anthony,
just
show us the Las Vegas flag.
yes, I went down on the Las Vegas flag. It looks dumb. It looks dumb.
Downvote. We straight downvote on the Vegas flag.
Everyone,
I will never fly it.
I
I'm
will-
bringing this with me.
Yes, I was about to tell you. I want you to go ahead, and then I want you to go out in public to take down a Las Vegas flag, and then put up the Cleveland.
I will do it. I'll do it for you. If it costs me a couple of grand to go to prison for a day, it would be worth it. If I just go and like, you know what?
Internet's not doing good right now.
It's okay. When Jess wins,
Nevada's.
when Jess wins the belt and we come back to Vegas, I will climb a pole. I will take the flag of Las Vegas down because that's the day that we take the city. Like, we have come back. We have the belt. I will get that flag.
That flag is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. Look at it. It's really. Show this to him again. Look at that flag.
It's hideous.
And look, then
It's
it has
hideous.
the letters around in a circle
It's
talking
hideous.
about them again.
It just looks like the badge they probably put on the side of a cop,
Yeah.
yes.
right? It's their seal.
Yeah, it said City of Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's a super wax seal, and then it's just on a blue flag with like a
Yeah.
white or gray bar that
Yeah.
goes at a diagonal angle from the top left corner to the bottom right.
The Nevada's flag, their state is even worse.
Show me the state flag.
The state flag is even worse.
Also an offensive flag. This is
What
a
is
terrible.
it?
It's a terrible flag.
Bad-
Insanely
Oh
ugly.
yeah, it's worse. It's even worse.
Worse.
Nevada.
Downvote.
Anyone from Nevada. I want to make a statement about people in Nevada. Please, can you go and get someone, a flag designer, to please change the
I
flag?
need a statement. Knox is not having your bull crap, and you got to change. You got to change your flag immediately.
I'm not trying to be like your
We
flag
changed
is
our flag
terrible.
multiple times
Yes,
just because Knox said so.
we did. Cleveland flag, like, it's way better. You got it. I like the coat of arms in the middle. That's awesome. Now, now like if the Cleveland flag didn't have the coat of arms, it would just be the French flag, and it'd look like straight up copyright. And the only thing that makes it really look different and make it look really really cool is the coat of arms in the middle.
I agree.
The coat of arms is what changes everything.
And so instead of the coat of arms, I have the state on my shoulder.
Yes, you have the thing.
And the laurel wreaths are bigger. And it says progress and prosperity, and the numbers are bigger too.
Would you like to see the 10 worst flags?
Oh no.
The 10 worst flags?
If Nevada's on
If we
here-
can't share them with the audience.
No, we can't. Sorry.
No, we can't. We're just gonna look at them. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is it?
That's
Vermont?
We can't say it.
No, we can tell them.
That's Montpelier, Vermont.
Oh, the city of Montpelier.
The city of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah, Cedar
guys
Rapids,
can-
Iowa.
you,
You guys need to get your shit together.
Google it. You guys-
Provo.
One.
That flag though. That flag
It's the
though.
best flag ever.
Whose flag is that?
That's Provo.
Provo, Utah.
Provo, Utah?
Provo, Utah. Everyone, that's gonna be the new flag. For like anyone, and that like.
Is it just a rainbow underneath the word
Yes,
Provo?
it's just a rainbow with the name on it. It's Provo. All it has is a rain. That reminds me of a flag.
A beautiful flag, Knox.
Rainbow.
A beautiful, happy flag.
It's happy. Love Block.
Happy is actually the word, isn't it?
Love Block, Texas is just the Texas.
Lubbock?
It's just the Texas flag, but instead of the star, it has the Texas like borders in it.
It's not a
says
good
Love
one.
Block.
It's not a good one. I'm not super
Florida,
offended by it, though.
Florida.
This Florida flag is disgusting.
Arizona's even worse.
Is it the state of Arizona?
Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa.
Mesa. MESA.
Mesa,
Arizona.
get it together.
I don't
You
know.
need a new flag. It's really ugly.
Oh, I can't even pronounce
Milwaukee?
that.
Milwaukee's gonna make me throw up in my mouth for real.
Isn't that sounds like an Indian? Is it an Indian reservation?
No.
No, it's a legit city.
It's legit, yeah.
They made Anthony Pettis in there.
Okay.
And then you have South Dakota.
Rapid City, South Dakota. Rapid City, okay.
And then you have
Ew, what is that?
West Virginia.
Oh, whoa.
What city though?
Huntington, West Virginia.
Wait,
We have friends from there.
Yeah, I know.
that should be the
You
flag.
guys. No, slow down, guys.
Wait, we need.
To my homies in West Virginia.
Okay.
Cameron, I'm looking at you. Cameron, you're a powerful man. Like, you have energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm around you, I want to be like a better person. Like, that's a shoot. If you go down to City Hall in Huntington and you're like, yo, we got to do something about this flag, I think people will listen. And I think they should.
Huntington. That.
Ew, what is that?
Oh, that's Pacalita. What? I don't. It's in Idaho. It's in Idaho.
Have several of these flags been in Idaho?
Um,
Idaho, Utah. I feel like there's some Iowa.
South Dakota.
I feel like there's some spots that like specialize
Utah,
in these ugly.
Iowa. Yeah.
There's,
Yeah, it's
there's
Iowa.
there's a certain trend.
Yeah.
Little trend.
It's like Idaho, Iowa.
Like if you're in the middle of the country
South Dakota. There's not a lot of
and there's not enough gay people to make your stuff cool. like,
The,
like they're just so who's designing stuff? like
I think the Huntington flag should be
it's
the
like
flag of the
there's just a
Huntington
farmer and his kids.
What?
and we gotta have a flag. All right,
Oh, yeah,
hey
yeah.
Betsy, we need a flag. And they just throw something together.
The Huntington flag should be the flag of should be the flag of Huntington Bank. The Bank of Huntington. It should be.
That's one of the worst ones. Milwaukee though.
Whoa.
Milwaukee was actually gross.
I'm just like looking at all these flags now.
I think that's a disgusting version of the Canadian flag.
I don't know what that is.
What is it?
City of Toronto. There you go.
Let me see it. I was just there. We took that city over.
Was this the flag you saw?
Ew.
Yeah.
That's a terrible flag.
Ew. Oh, and then you got that.
What's wrong with everyone?
You
Like,
got a lot of bad flags.
Yeah.
You got a lot of bad flags.
Oh, whenever you look up a bunch of flags, most of the time when I'm looking at flags, I end up seeing alternate flags, and then 90% of them, people just straight up put communist flags in there. They put
Ew.
up those things straight up in there because there's somewhat of a session of that in like American alternate flags or whatever. And I just saw it, and there's a ton of them.
We do not like communists.
Yes. We're gonna stop that.
So
No, we can.
Stop that. We can continue that, but
What do you know about communism?
communism?
Yeah.
You said commune.
What do you know about communism?
Well, I know it's a more like there's a communism in democratic republics. They're basically essentially almost different. They're both like electing a leader. Like you would elect a leader in communism, but they're leader for life now, and pretty much what they try and also 90% of the time they try to screw you over for money. So a lot of times like in communism it's also followed by militarism, which basically means that all the money goes towards the military and not the people, meaning that they're pretty strong in military terms, but any time a rebellion would start and you'd be overthrown.
It's no good.
Because you're wasting no money in the people, and shouldn't do that. 90% of the time it leads to rebellion, unless you're Kim Jong-un and you say that you're a god.
That's a good plan, though.
Kim Jong-un said
Like,
he is
if you
a god.
can convince people of that, if you could convince them, that would be a good way to keep them controlled.
he doesn't
Yes.
poop. Doesn't poop.
Kim Jong-un says he's a god.
He doesn't poop.
Yeah, he doesn't poop.
He doesn't poop.
Yeah, that's also another thing. He says that he doesn't poop.
I'm serious. He says that. He says like he tells his people he doesn't poop.
Yeah, he tells his
See, but-
citizens he doesn't
And
poop.
they believe that.
They believe
No,
he's a guy.
Who knows what they believe, right? Because if you have to pretend to believe, it looks like you believe.
Well,
South Korea.
Some people do believe he doesn't poop.
Of course, somebody believes.
Say.
Like,
If you don't
People
believe,
believe-
then you get killed.
right? That's what I'm saying. So, like,
He's saying because he's
like
saying
so
they're
I
fake
could
it.
be pretending to believe, which would give the outside impression that I believe. But like anytime there's an idea, there's someone who's super into it and someone who's super against it. Like every idea, right?
Yeah, and it's like actually when in 2011 when Kim Jong-un's dad died, everyone had to
How do you remember
cry.
that year?
Because this was on national South Korean news. They had a drone go over the thing and watch everybody. They were seriously. Everyone was crying in the streets, and if you didn't cry, then you get then you got
Right,
killed.
you didn't cry hard enough.
You need to cry hard enough. Everyone needed to cry. Everyone for a week straight. A week straight of crying.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when I die too. No,
Everyone's going to a work camp.
Unless you're
everyone
like,
goes to work camp.
everyone.
You might have just explained communism better than most adults in America.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But Kim Jong-un says his government isn't communism.
I can't believe he says he doesn't poop.
Yes. He says he learned to drive at the age of 4. And he said he was born on top of a rainbow.
Can you drive?
No. My brother can.
How old is he?
7.
What does he drive?
He drives our car.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's learning how.
That's awesome. When are you gonna learn how to drive?
Never.
Do you know when I learned how to drive?
I will learn how to drive when I'm 18 when I actually can do it because I'm not going to do it until then.
I didn't learn how to drive until I was like 31.
Oh, so like a little bit ago.
Isn't that weird?
Wait, aren't you? How old are you actually?
I am 37 years young, and you are 11 years old.
Yes, you got to get that straight. I am 11 years old and he's 37 years young.
Yes. I've only really been a grown up for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because you don't act like one.
Yeah.
You don't. You just don't.
I don't.
You still don't.
No.
He's better though. Can you say that?
What? Who is?
you're like that guy?
Oh no. Oh no.
You're just like, no.
No. He's like no.
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 Childish.
I think that you could act better than because some other people are way crazier than you. But I'm serious.
Serious.
There are really other crazy, really, really, really crazy people other than you.
Yes, I agree. Much crazier than me.
When you say that, I feel like you're trying to use sarcasm here.
No, I'm serious. There are people who are way crazier than me, especially in like ways that are like dangerous or mean.
Yeah, but not only in the dangerous ways, but more like they're so crazy, like they're like you, that they're going. It's like they're turning into some Joker-like figure. They laugh all the time, and I don't know what you should call that. There's people that are like that, and I think it's because they didn't get help. You should get help when you start doing that. Seriously, you could turn into some Joker-like figure and turn people into clowns.
I will keep that in mind if it ever gets too far gone.
People have done that. Remember, like 2018 when like the remake came out and everyone was dressing like clowns in sewers in the streets.
I heard about this, but I never actually saw it.
People were going in drains and going up to people and saying, "Hey, hey, you want a balloon?"
That's creepy. That's creepy. Like, what would you do, Anthony?
Well, I mean, they're in the drains. There's nothing they can do to me.
If you saw a clown person
In the street or in the drain?
in the drain,
There's nothing they can do. They stuck down there. I'm gonna just pour some water down there. We'll figure it out.
Poke them with a stick.
So,
I think I would scream and then I would laugh because that's not something you're supposed to see.
right.
Like,
It's something you're supposed to see.
if I happen to be, like, if my eye just trace past like a sewer drain,
Right.
and then I'm like, wait, was that a patch of red? Ah!
You
And
start
then-
running.
And now I wouldn't run because he's in the drain. But like now,
Exactly.
if I were just like walking and like, I don't know, coming out of a store late at night and walking in my car, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a person who's like maybe one car length away from me, and they have the clown gimmick,
What's a clown gimmick?
like makeup
Oh, okay.
and a wig.
Are they in the drain or are they?
They're at like parking lot level, like one car away, holding the balloon. Knox, I'm gonna run.
Were they?
I'm gonna run really fast.
Are you gonna run or are you gonna run into your car?
I'm gonna run into my car. But if they were one car length away from my car, I would run away from my car. Because I wouldn't want to get in my car and have them close the distance with this weirdo shit.
Yeah, but what if you ran and then he got you? You're so creeped out you drop the keys and he gets in the keys and you drive
Whoa!
down.
Now he's stealing my car?
Yes, because if you're so scared that you start running, you're most likely gonna forget that you have keys in your hand and you're gonna drop them.
That's a high possibility that I drop my keys. But I'm very dexterous. I can hold onto my keys, run into the car. I could just beat up the clown. What were we talking about?
Yeah. I was about to talk about that. Why, if he has a balloon, he doesn't have anything, or does he?
That's the thing about people.
They,
It's like you don't know what they're carrying. And that's the thing about martial arts too. It's like just because you're good at fighting doesn't really mean that someone can't shoot you in the face.
yeah. You ain't gonna be close enough to hit someone if they have a gun.
It's a very good point.
There's a lot of people on the internet I can find that prove you wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, watch this. I can just take off the sound of the bullets.
Or like those crazy people
Let's
who
find
can like cut bullets in half with katanas.
Ka-chow!
Oh, you can't hit me.
I could do that.
I had experience.
You'd get shot.
Like,
How dare you?
Not like that. No experience of like.
How
a
can
person chasing
you will not be able to have enough time to load back your sword and then swipe at it by the
Dude,
time the bullet comes.
I can slow it down with my mind, and then I'll slash it when I see it.
Utilize it.
Let me show you something.
I got better eyesight
Okay.
than Ted Williams,
This
cuz.
is the wait. Is that a Minecraft person?
No. Look at that. Blam.
The dude didn't even.
Just did it. He's a champion.
He just walked up and grabbed the guns. 2 guns, not a problem. He's like, all right, let's do that again. You walk up,
The
grab
other dude
you.
should've shot him by the time then.
Nah, see, it doesn't work like that. This guy's a master.
That guy is shocked that you even grabbed the gun.
Now I'll show you
He's-
somebody else. This guy's training for a fight.
These guys katana. That's a work. That's a work.
That is though. Look, he's just running with like this.
That's a work. He's just waiting to be thrown out.
Oh my, this dude sit ups with.
He's just waiting to be thrown out, and his buddy's filming it.
We'll find one more for you.
I say work.
Let's see.
That looks like some Danaher figure.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Which one?
yeah.
The black dude with the gun.
Yeah, the one.
That
That
was
one.
not as that one's
Definitely
nice.
that one.
That's interesting.
I don't understand what this dude's on.
Yeah.
That's that Jet Li.
He just slapped the gun like.
All right. All right. It's pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
Let's find you one more, and then we'll call it quits for this.
Cool.
Yes.
Let's see. This one was pretty interesting.
Whoa.
I'm not interested in this old man. Whatever this old man saw, I'm not.
Whenever
buying.
you see like a dude with his shirt off who's like, oh yeah.
Oh yes, this one. This one's awesome. Whoa.
All right, so we are watching men who appear to be kung fu stylists
They're immortal.
taking punting style dick kicks,
They're
and
literally
that's a battery ram that man just rammed into his crotch.
smacking these guys with gigantic poles. Actually, I know what sport they're training for.
What sport?
There's a sport in Japan where you guys both take turns kicking each other in the balls, and whoever falls down first wins.
Rochambeau.
They're probably doing that. They're probably training for that sport.
Enough of that.
Hey.
Enough of that
Hey.
nonsense.
Anthony,
Darren. Weird news.
I think I need to save my voice.
All right. Well, don't worry. Me and Knox will talk. You just sit here and listen and laugh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
We can go to weird news.
So,
Okay,
all
weird
right.
news.
So I'm not going to show the nearly naked man covered in peanut butter.
Let's not.
No.
Let's not.
We can talk
Demonetized.
Yeah.
about how-
Hey, wait. Let's go. Wait, federal. Oh yeah, this is perfect to talk about.
So there was a protest. I don't remember what she was protesting about, but she climbed the top of the tower. She was like,
Whoa.
She got like 150 feet, not top, like 150 feet up. Still a lot. And I'm sure it was like about Black Lives Matter or something like that. Or abolish ICE. There you go. So that happened. And just to get more of a perspective on it, the judge wants to go up there where she was and do that, which I think to me sounds like just a cool Instagram picture he wants to have for himself.
He's like, I'm trying to be
I'm
fly.
trying to be famous. So that happened. And then, let's see, there's finally the other two.
Climbing the Statue of Liberty
Hmm.
while wearing a stupid shirt.
Wait, did that say Trump care?
Trump cares. Probably Trump care.
Something. But,
Who cares?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Say the court would like a ladder to be made available to the court and counsel, if requested, can view while remaining on the ladder the surface of the area where the defendant was situated. So yeah, they just want to go up there and just like get a picture.
No thanks.
And then we have.
She looks really scared too.
She does.
She should be. Like, what were you thinking about?
Just trying to stop ice.
It's a protest.
Trying to melt that
You're
ice.
gonna fall.
Melt that ice.
For what?
Whoa.
What?
Show me the picture.
Oh. Oh.
Maternity picture involving an alligator,
They're feeding a bottle too.
With Bud
and there's
Light,
beer.
a shotgun,
And a
flag.
shotgun.
And a flag.
and the Florida flag. Well, this
Now,
people in
is this
Florida.
is this just like, are they saying this is in poor taste? What's wrong?
No, this is just what they did.
It's kind of epic.
Yeah, it is. So,
Like, look at these ugly people doing a funny thing.
Bud Light, shotgun, flag, pregnancy.
It's like, what do we love?
Alligators.
We love our baby.
Florida.
We love this alligator. We love
This is
booze
just-
and
this
shooting
makes-
stuff.
This just makes Florida look bad.
God bless the USA.
Yeah. If anyone else in another country looked
Check
at
out her
this-
boots. She's wearing rubber boots.
Yeah.
If anyone
She's
in
got
another
waders on.
they would. Oh.
I mean, they probably just like to go gator hunting and drink beer. And then one day they made beautiful love, and they're gonna have an ugly kid. It's great.
Maybe a good looking kid. Because two ugly people make good looking people sometimes.
Is that how it works?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it just works out like that.
Man. So that means that if I find another ugly person, we can have beautiful kids.
Yeah, so-
What?
yeah, like your chances go up to have a beautiful kid.
I think it's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
I really do. I like that there's no one looking at us. That they're just,
Like she's staring off into the distance.
and he's
Yeah.
looking at her.
And he's looking at the alligator.
Yes, it is.
He's concerned about that alligator. He's
That belly out.
yeah,
She's got her belly out.
proud. With them tats.
Mama thighs. It's great.
All right. Now we can end the show.
Anthony,
Darren.
it's been a lovely podcast.
It has.
Knox.
Okay.
What do you want to say to the listeners before we go? Any words of wisdom, shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to shout out my brother. If you're watching this right now, when I get home, please don't punch me first off.
Yeah, I only said one naughty word 2 times.
Yes.
The whole podcast.
That's a record.
That's a record.
That's a record.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it. I think I did a good job. And I'm going to keep trying to do that.
Yep.
Seriously, I'm going to slow down on the cussing.
Actually, we should go look at
Because
did he ever say anything?
It's just not effective use of language.
What?
What'd you say?
I said, did he say it? Did anyone else say anything?
No.
Nothing?
Just him. Just
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just him. Oh, you want to see if anybody said anything in the comments?
Yeah.
He's after your Matt. LOL. Greg Jr. said that.
He's after your mat. I hear you. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. And
This has been.
I don't know if I got to get some antibiotics, but I've got to get my voice back. I will get to the bottom of this voice thing.
Wait till Vegas. I told
This-
you, they're better there. It's closer to the border.
Everyone, also remember, should go down in history as the best one just because of the thumb joke.
The thumb joke.
The thumb joke, yeah, it's just the best part about this whole entire thing. It's the best thing ever. Is watching Darren tries.
Knox, thank you so much for coming to the podcast and for coming to the class today.
Yep.
And just for being the homie, you know? I'm really glad that I got to hang out with you when I did. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.